Snowflakes drifted gently from the sky, settling softly on the rooftops of the North Pole village. Inside Santa's grand workshop, warm golden lights glowed through frosted windows. The air smelled of peppermint and freshly baked cookies, and hammering, giggling, and jingling bells filled every corner. Christmas Eve was just a few days away, and the workshop was busier than ever. In the center of the room, Santa sat at a huge wooden table that was almost completely buried under piles of shiny wrapping paper. Rolls of red, green, gold, and silver paper were scattered everywhere. Ribbons curled around chair legs like playful kittens, and bows of every size sparkled under the lights. Santa rubbed his hands together and chuckled. "Time to wrap some magic," he said with a smile. The elves dashed around him, carrying toys they had just finished building. "Train set for Oliver," called Tilly, dropping a tiny whistle-filled box onto the table. "Glow-in-the-dark puzzle for Mira," shouted Pip, hopping excitedly. Santa picked up his scissors, which glimmered with a little bit of Christmas enchantment, and began wrapping each gift with careful, loving hands. He wrapped the train set in thick red paper with golden snowflakes. Then he tied a green satin ribbon around it and added a jingle bell that chimed softly when moved. "Perfect," Santa said proudly. Next, he wrapped Mira's puzzle in shiny blue paper and topped it with a silver bow that twinkled like starlight. While Santa worked, the elves sang cheerful wrapping songs. Wrapping paper rustled, tape snapped, and ribbons bounced as the elves cut them into perfect curls. Every once in a while, a silly elf accidentally taped their own sleeve or wrapped their hat into a present, causing the whole room to burst into laughter. But Santa was not just wrapping gifts, he was imagining the smiles they would bring. As he tied a ribbon around a plush teddy bear, he pictured a child hugging it tight on Christmas morning. When he wrapped a box of building blocks, he imagined towers reaching to the ceiling. And with every gift, he whispered a tiny wish for happiness. Hours passed and the mountain of gifts grew higher and brighter. Santa paused to stretch his arms. "We're getting close," he said, chuckling as he looked at the towering stacks of colorful packages. The elves cheered and hurried to bring him more. Finally, Santa wrapped the last gift, a small heart-shaped music box that played a gentle lullaby. He carefully tucked it inside silver paper and placed a tiny, sparkling star on top. "This one," he whispered, "is for someone who needs a little extra magic." When all the gifts were done, Santa and the elves admired their work. The workshop looked like a treasure-filled wonderland, glowing with ribbons, bows, and dreams waiting to come true. "Now," Santa said with a twinkle in his eye, "let's get ready for Christmas Eve." And the elves cheered as the magic of Christmas wrapped itself around